Well, howdy folks. Alright, we're out here on the side porch. And I got a few things here lined up. Probably need more stuff. Alright, our goal is up there, you see that gap. It's about 7/8 of an inch, give or take. And I measured down here, and that's a little over 3/4 of an inch. So, and this one down here, I can't really measure. It's kind of just sinking down in. Now, what I don't know is these posts do not appear to be screwed in, so I do not know how far they sit up in there. And I apologize for the wind noise. It's kind of breezy today, and it's been raining a lot. So I think I measured 84 inches from the jack to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that piece, I'm going to jack it up, and then I got another piece here that I can cut and, put in there as a temporary post while we try to lift this thing out of here and then dig out the pavers. I got a ton of plain sand over there, paver sand. We'll put it back in, we'll find a nice flat rock, we'll pack it down, make sure it's level with the other ones, and then I guess once I got these out, I can, the bases of them are still kind of soggy wet. Like I said, it's been raining a lot here. I guess it don't matter. We can get these plates on and then just let them air dry and then come back and paint them. So I'm going to get you set up in the tripod, get my first piece of wood cut for the jack, and then I'll bring you right back. Okay, got a piece of board up here. Just gotta make sure we're straight. As straight as can be. And slowly lift it up. Hopefully nothing breaks. If you're, I didn't turn my screen around, but you can see it is lifting this other post up. I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like that gap is closing too much. Yeah, looks like it is closing a little bit, but that's definitely higher than how far it's sank. So let's see here. Okay, that's going to slide right out of there. It is sitting in there about, looks to be about maybe an inch. Disgusting bugs. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure up to the ceiling now. And that looks to be about 90 inches. So what I'm going to do is, let me pause it. I got another board sitting right here. I'm going to go cut it to 90 inches. That way we can put it up under there and kind of leave it jacked up. That way we got more support. I mean, I don't think this is sketchy or anything, but I'll leave the jack there and put this other post in place. That way we can get the pavers out and pack it and put it back down. So I'll be right back. All right, we got our board. We're just gonna put it up under here. So I need to go up a little bit higher. And I know I probably ought to just go ahead and take this other post out, because it's going to fall over and come crashing down. Set it right over here. Go up a little bit more. Okay, so we're sitting squarely, well, somewhat squarely, on that post, so that's good. And it's still supported by the jack. Okay, so let's move you over here. And hopefully the rain holds off. This is July 2nd. All the fireworks are going to be going on tonight, and they are calling for rain to come in around 6 o'clock, which is going to rain on everybody's parade. That sucks. Okay, I got a screwdriver, and let's look at this gap up here. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to raise that paver up that high, but I still need to attach that base, and you can see right up there where I'm aiming at. It's pretty much closed that gap, you know, enough to where it could be caulked. And then the base of this thing has got an old piece of something in it. Let's see here. Has that been screwed into it? No. Ah, I got a ton of ants and a bunch of caulk. This post could really stand to be replaced, but because it's not flush on the bottom, I know you can't see it. Let's see here. See if I can show you. Right here, it's kind of rotted. Well, crap. That's why it's looking so wonky. I don't know how far that rot goes up. Jeez. What do I do with that tape measure? I may be leaving a temporary post here and going to Lowe's and getting a new post, because that rot goes up, oh man, good 3.5 inches from the base. And this is a let's go with a 90-inch, you know, so a little over 7.5 foot. I don't happen to have any posts lying around. Okay, well, that is a bummer. This other one. Over here. Yeah, it's rotted too. Crap. Well, you know, I probably should have checked that before I even bothered to jack. Whoa. Mr. Hummer. I moved his feeder. He's all pissed off at me now. Yeah, crap. Well, I gotta go to Lowe's or Walmart later today. And hopefully they're not closed. I better put that feeder back up. Mr. Hummer is getting really upset with me. If I can even reach it now. They're my buddies. Well, I got these 2 posts here. Problem is, I don't really want to replace the 3rd post down there, because it's fine. And that was definitely a little bit shorter because it's sitting on top of the well. I mean, I guess, no, I don't have no 4x4 posts. I don't even, let me measure this because I don't even remember. I never measured how wide it was. I think it was 3.5. No, it's roughly 4.5 square. Well, that is a bummer. Like I said, I wasn't expecting that. So, in the meantime, we're here. think I got another 2x4 back there. I could go ahead and, I mean, I got these two here supporting it. I'll pause here in a sec, run back in the where I keep all my wood, and see if I have another 2x4 that I could temporarily put in down there just to, you know, give it some strength. Like I said, I don't think it's going to go nowhere. I got these two boards here. You can see the jack and the other board. So anyway, let's go down here and see if we can peel out this tile. And, I mean, I can put them back in, but ain't gonna do much good. This come out easier than I thought it would. Okay, well, let me go find my, I'm gonna pause you, I'm gonna go find my paver sand, and we'll load some in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, I do have some paver sand over there, but I also got some of this polymeric sand, which kind of turns into like cement. So I think I'm gonna opt to use that down in there. I did check on Lowe's. They're a little bit different style than what I have here. They're 96 bucks a piece. Wouldn't say that's cheap, but I definitely don't want to reuse these. The bottoms are rotted out and it's just a matter of time before they collapse. So it is what it is. I can actually use the height that I have here, which might be exactly 8 foot, and it'll close that gap up there. Actually, I need to come down a little bit because I can see. Let me show you. You can see right up there, there's a little bit of a gap out, coming out now because it's pushed up a little bit too far. So, no big deal. You know, we'll get it to where it looks good and not rotted. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take some of this polymeric sand, set it down in here. I think I got enough to do both of these. Well, I may not have enough to do this other post over here, but got a kind of a semi-flat rock. I may make a tamper, or actually I think I got a brick over here I can use. Scraper. I'll scrape all the gunk off the sides. Could mix it with some regular sand. So I got plenty of that. It's sopping wet in the bag over there. But this stuff here, I could get it a little bit wet once I have my height that I want. And it sets up like cement. So see, that's pretty good right there. Then I can come back and fill the joints. Getting it back out kind of sucks. What I'll put a little bit more in, kind of leave it high. because I am sure it will sink some. Okay, let's see here. Got a water bottle. Gotta get thirsty. Get it wet. I'm gonna get my rubber mallet and tap it down. It looks like it's a little high. Hold on a second. Now, looks like it's a little low on the going towards the front, so let's go ahead and peel it back out. I think, well, it don't matter. I got to pressure wash this porch anyway. Always use a rubber mallet when you're tapping your pavers. You don't want to crack them. I think that is going to work just fine. So, at this point, there really isn't a whole lot else I can do. I don't want to do the other one. I've got these two posts here holding this thing up. I don't have another 2x4 back there, so I will pick up another 2x4 when I'm at Lowe's. Hopefully later this afternoon. And then we can finish this. Yeah, I think that's going to work just fine. So we've got that out. We've got the polymeric sand in there, which, like I said, kind of sets up like concrete. That should hopefully keep it from sinking. And I do have some post bases in there to put on the new ones, so they're not sitting directly on top of the pavers, because this does, especially in the early spring before the grass and everything is up and we get all these monsoon rains, we definitely do get a lot of water that washes through here. Now, the one that's a little farther down, I don't know if you can see, because I can't really see the screen, it's too bright. That one, I'm going to have to peel out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 tiles, pavers, and now I don't know if I got enough of this polymeric sand, but I can mix it with some regular paver sand, or put the paver sand first and put the polymeric on top. But I don't want to do that until I've got this thing squared away. The new one cut. I think this one, what did we measure? New ones are 8 foot. I think these are just shy. Yeah, they were like 7 3/4 foot. roughly 90 inches. So 8 foot is 92 inches. So I am going to have to cut some off of the new posts. No biggie. We got tools for that. Head rush. And I don't think, I mean, I could look, you know, let's see. We'll see. Let's see, Ted, if this will even sit back up in here. Not really. The other post is sitting in there too high. But I don't want to kick that back out. Because like I said, the bottom 3 inches of this thing is pretty rotted. That's a collapse waiting to happen. Granted, there are 2 other posts here, but the one in the middle, the one on the end is perfectly fine. It's off the ground. I'll show you. But this one here and the other one are definitely rotted. Close my lid in case it's supposed to get rains tonight. I want water to get in the bucket of polymeric sand. Okay, so if I can see what you're seeing. Okay, so there's the new paver. We're good to go there. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but right there you can see the paver behind it, right directly behind it. It looks okay, but the one it's sitting on, the post it's actually sitting on, is sunk down. The one in front, the one closest to us. So 1, 2, 3 really definitely need to be backfilled. And then we have this post over here, which is sitting on the well, and it looks fine. But my main concern is these 2. Sorry for the head spin. These 2 here first. So I will pause this and see if I can run to Lowe's today and get 2 posts and get this thing in the ground. So I'll be back here in a flash. Alright, well, went down to Lowe's and got 2 of these. They're 8 foot, they're 4 1/4, and these suckers are $128 a piece. I went ahead and picked them up. That's going to be plan B. Plan A, go back over here. You know, previously I said there's about 2.5, 3 inches messed up on these things. So I'm going to cut 2.5, 3 inches off. And what I am doing now, so I went ahead and got a 2x6, 2x8, whatever, I didn't measure it. Okay, and I've cut one piece 7 inches long, and I'm currently gluing it up. Yeah, I may go ahead and put some screws in it for some additional support. And I know there's probably a gazillion different ways to attach this to the piece that I'm cutting off. This one's actually 7 inches long, and that way I've got a little wiggle room, and I can just cut it down on the miter saw. And then attach it to the post. I am using Type Bond 3, so it is outdoor rated. And I mean, in my experience with this stuff, if it's going to break, it's not going to break where it's glued. So, and then I've got, to prevent future problems, I've got these spacers for the bottom. They are 4 3/8, so they're actually probably going to sit recessed underneath it, which is fine. And I did get some little sleeves for it. Hopefully they fit. I got to check those again and measure those. But I'm letting this glue up. And what I may do is just take a couple dowels and mark on the long sides, not the short sides. Mark on the long sides, like right down in here. And try to center a dowel, one in each side. And then put a dowel on the actual fence post. And then just kind of put it together. And I think how I'm going to do this is kind of get it glued up. I got to get, of course, get everything measured out again. because these spacers are a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to have to cut maybe a 1/2 inch off of the length on these, or a 1/4 inch, kind of split it in the middle. But either way, I'm going to have to trim just a hair off that. That's why I made this long, and I can just cut 2 pieces out of it, because I'm probably going to do the same thing to that other post. And put the dowels in, glue it up once I'm ready, and then put it in place and lower it down so the weight of the roof itself will keep it compressed and hold the glue. And then go back. Yes, I'm going to paint this because it's just pine. It's not treated. And then I will go ahead and fill any spots with some wood filler, kind of sand it down, clean it up. And I got to try to get the edges rounded similar to what is on the original post. These posts don't match at all to the 3rd post, which I don't need to mess with. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll be back here in a bit. Okay guys, I have got 1 piece cut. I cut it to 3 1/4, and all I did is I think I showed it earlier, just stacked I think it's a 2x6, 2x8, glued it up. The glue's all set. So there are a couple ways, you know, you can do this. Well, there's probably more than a couple. What I am going to do, I thought about putting dowels in and then just pushing it on, which would work. I was going to use 3/8 inch dowels. But what I think I'm opting to do, and unfortunately I only have 3, but I can use a 2 1/2. This is a 3-inch screw. So what I'm going to do is I'll drill a 3/8 inch hole about 1 inch up, which I marked on my drill. I could probably go a little bit higher. I'll have to go a little bit deeper for the 2 1/2 inch. But I think that just will be a little bit easier than putting dowels in and making sure they're good and lined up. As it is, I'm going to have to, hopefully that's showing up on the camera, I'm going to have to route, well not route, I'll just use 80 grit sandpaper in the sander once I get this glued on to kind of get this edge right here where my finger is to kind of match this here. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of gouge it right around where the seam is and fill it with wood filler. It's interior, exterior. So now my plan, hopefully this works, is to use the Type Bond 3. And then I'm going to use this adhesive guru. It's a CA glue. Comes with super glue. And you can just use the super glue by itself. I don't really need to use the adhesive. That just makes it stick quicker. But I might as well. The trick to that is it sticks pretty quick. So, you know, I mean, this ain't got to be perfect. Obviously, if you see this post, it is not in the greatest of shape. But, you know, doing this versus, you know, I cut this board and then glued it up, let it sit for a couple, 3 hours. And I'll do this stuff, all stuff I had on hand anyway. And a lot cheaper than, you know, $260 basically for those 2 posts, which I will take back to Lowe's, who is not a sponsor. But yeah, trying to get these lined up is going to be the tricky part because these are just a hair bigger. No big deal. So let's go ahead and we're going to glue this. I'm going to put a liberal amount of glue on it. And we'll use our fancy spreading tool, a finger. I don't care about squeeze out because I'm going to sand this off anyway. I mean, I'll try to minimize how much glue I got on it, but I just want to make sure I get really good coverage. I don't think this thing's going to go anywhere. Not when you got the weight of the porch sitting on it, but better be safe than sorry. Okay. So we got some of that. Now we can take the CA glue. Let me just put some on here. And yeah, this thing likes to get clogged up. And we can spray the activator on there. Line it up with my fingers underneath it. So I try to get an even amount of stuff on each side. I'm just going to press and hold it for a minute. And you got a little bit more on the other side. The other option is you can just use clamps. Just clamp it. Just put one end over the other, since it's kind of, you know, I mean, a hair longer. And yeah, the super glue is super glue, so you will stick your fingers together. So keep some, and see, that's pretty tight. I think it's good and set. All right, so we got that, and we're going to drill in. I marked on this side, and I mark on the other side, so I know which side I want to go into. Just wipe off that excess glue there. Oh, look at that! Fell right off. So much for the CA glue. All right, well, let's put some more on it. Now I may end up having to clamp this after all. I really don't use the spray stuff too much. I'm just trying to line it up roughly. I mean, I can go ahead and put a clamp on it just to kind of hold it. Well, hopefully it'll stay long enough for me to reach over here and get my clamp. So we got a good amount of glue on here. Push that back into position a little bit. Let's just go ahead and put some screws in it. Yeah, I don't know. Normally that CA glue works pretty good, but I don't know. Could be something with the coarse end of that. Not to worry. That ain't going nowhere. My bit is barely long enough to get in there. I don't know if I have any T30 bits. T25, that might work. I think that's what these are anyway. Yeah. Now, what I can do is drill down in the top here, and we'll put another one in there. But I'm going to have to use a 2.5. I got one more 3 left. That's pretty tight. I'll go ahead and put a 4th one in there. What the heck? We're already here. So yeah, these are T25 heads, not T30s. That, my friends, is not going anywhere. Okay. And I will probably not show you doing this on the other side, but let's kind of flip it this way. Well, that's good. You know, we actually kind of got a little gap there, so I can put some of that putty down into there. Let's see how well this is going to sand. Probably have to get another piece of sandpaper, but dilemma. Because I got a hanger that I never took off. That's alright. We'll work around it. Oh! See glue. Okay, now, I'm sure you can see, like right here, this sticks up above a little bit. So instead of sitting here grinding and sanding and grinding till the end of time, let's see if we can get some of this stuff out of here. Man, I hate when this stuff like gets no, what's the word? Kind of gunked up on the tip of it. I had a jar of sawdust around here for making putty. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so we're going to take some of our putty here. I'm going to use our fingers to kind of shape it and cover that gap. Kind of blend it in. Then we'll come back and sand it. And you really shouldn't even notice it. And it's at the bottom, so not that I think that's going to matter, but we'll just blend it up as best we can. Like I said, you got a post, you don't want to spend $260 on new posts, which I didn't really want to do. I got them in case, like I said, my plan B, in case this did not turn out the way I wanted it or expected it to. But I think it's going to turn out just fine. And I'll just lightly sand that, and you really shouldn't even notice it. Okay, so we got this edge here, and that's it. Probably have to give me some more putty too. I don't think I'll use the coarse on this. Get me some 220 or whatever. Well, honestly, if I planned on staying here in this house, I probably would have just got another post and replaced them. But this is a perfectly legit fix and will work just fine. Alright, so what we're going to do now is let this sit. There's a bunch of old caulk at the very top of it. I scraped most of it off, so I won't bother with showing you that, but I will definitely give you a close-up of what we're doing here. Okay, so I rounded over the edges, so it kind of matches that. There's our screw holes in the bottom. Oh, I'll get one of those things out while I'm here. Here's the other side. You know, and this is partially my fault, I did not realize or pay much attention when I put those pavers in. Oh God, that was 27 years ago, 23 years ago. This thing does come with screws. But anyway, it was sitting directly on the pavers, which I know I kind of discussed in the very beginning. Man, they have that tape in there. Okay, so this thing right here will get screwed into the bottom down here, which you won't even be able to see it. So let's go ahead and, because we can work on this. Actually, there's a spot there and you can put some stuff in. Some wood filler right there. Gap. That I didn't notice it when I was putting it together. There's a piece of wood here, and it had a piece missing out of it. But we got to sand it anyway, so I will go ahead and fill this little indent. This is not very bad. I don't think it shrinks up too much. But I will put a couple coats of paint on it. So okay, so we're back to that. It does come with a cement anchor to anchor it down, but I'm not going to do that. These things have never moved, so I'm not going to anchor it to the paver, which I could. Tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to pre-drill this hole though. Guess I could get me a Sharpie. Maybe it'll fit down in them holes. No, I don't think it will. My pencil will. My pencil should. And there goes all my screws. And I'm just trying to get this somewhat centered. I do have a cover, which I will open it up so you guys can see it. And it says 5-inch. I didn't open the packaging, but I don't think this wood would have split. But and this I think I showed it in one of my other woodworking videos. It's a cobalt tool. It's got the countersink at the end right down here, so you can drill your hole, then you can pop it up, turn it around, and then you got a number 2 Phillips. Kind of slick. Alright, so we'll get this lined up, and I hope, tell you what, let's open that package, because this thing's 4 1/4. This post is 4 1/2, which was going to be another issue with those posts that I got at Lowe's, because they are 4 1/4, which all I was going to do is butt it up against the 2 sides and then get some expanding foam and shoot expanding foam in it. We'll let that dry and then cut it off and then caulk it. But these are these base brackets right here. They go on like this, and I'll be darned. Now these ain't gonna fit. I can make them fit, I think. And it says, where's my freaking tape measure? You know what? Give dimensions that are accurate. It says 4 1/4. Okay, so that's for a 4 1/4 post. But it says 5-inch trim kit. So I'm guessing, but there's nothing on this box that states that the well, it says it's only for use with the Durapoly Colonial Porch thing, but I bet it's 5 inches. No, that's 6. Huh. Well, I can take, I mean, we're off 1/4 of an inch. Well, okay. Well, we may have plan C for this, because you're not going to see these, and I suppose I got plenty of scrap wood here, I suppose I could take some wood, 45 degree it, you know, 4 pieces, and make a cover plate for it to sit directly on the ground, because I do have some of those, a lot of those fence boards. I got some that I planed down. I mean, I wouldn't even really have to 45 degree them. I could just do butt joints and cover it up that way. Or take my Dremel and enlarge, cut out a little bit here. But man, I'll tell you, if I do that, then I better be dead on, or I'm going to be caulking around it. So I think I will just put them back in the box and take them back. No big deal. We can make something. I never had anything on them to begin with, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's just more decorative than anything. Get all of our screw holes going. That looks crooked. That's what I get for putting it in by eyeball. Or maybe I didn't have my holes lined up right. That looks better. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Yeah, that'll work. And I didn't think it was necessary to pre-drill the holes. I don't know if I'm repeating myself here, but that'll look good enough. Well, like I said, with the fence boards, I could just take it, and once I get it back into position, and just do butt joints. I mean, it's an old house. The butt joints look fine. And put that on there, and that way it can, I could actually just put it up a hair maybe higher than this plastic plate, and that way water would run through it instead of, so if I put it all the way to the ground, any water that comes in is just going to sit underneath there, which it's not going to hurt anything because it's on a paver. But if I raise it up, you know, like 1/8 of an inch, and then just shoot some brad nails around it, that will hide the plastic piece and allow for drainage. So that'll work, and that will be, I don't know if I'll add that to this video, but it'll be part of this. Alright, so what do we want to do next, guys? We need to let our putty set up so we can get it dry. This thing is ready to be put back into place. So once that dries, I'll get it sanded. Don't think I'll bore you with that. And I do need to paint these, but I think, well, I mean, I could rough it up while I got it here, but I ain't gonna bore you guys with that stuff. And basically just the bottom of them, kind of rough them up. I do have white paint, so we'll get this bottom done and sanded and painted, and then of course I have to do the other one and the other one, make them all match. But so yeah, I'll be back here in a flash. All right, I'm gonna get the post. Still kind of wet at the bottom, but it's dry enough to Hopefully I don't have to mess with the bottom. Yeah, let's see here. It is super humid out, but I'll get a third coat on there anyway. Okay, so I can put that up in the hole. Okay. Probably ought to grab my level. Okay, now let's see here. That's pretty much dead level right there. Alright, let's see if I can jack this up left-handed and get this big board out. Well, that's going to need paint. Took the paint right off. Woo! Got stuff in my way. We're going to put this over here because we're going to have to take the next one out. Okay. I'll check level on both sides. Okay, that's level. And that's level. So back and side. Boy, trying to get that thing down. Alright, we are in. We look like we're pretty square on the paver. I guess you guys can see that down there. Looks pretty good to me. You can see where I painted it. Of course I'm going to give the rest of this another coat, but I'm going to let that dry. Now I got to take this one out. That one's got to come out next. And since I already got the piece cut, jack that, put that down. My jack down here. But I still got to set these pavers. Take this one out. And where did I put my scraper, guys? Well, that's a goo mess. That dirt. round up my... Oh, I need to round up some of that sand because I don't think I got enough of that polymeric. So I've got to do, I'm guessing you're seeing me, I get it and turn my lens around. This one, this one, this one. These three got to come out. So let me, definitely need my scraper. And this I will just chuck into the yard. There's my scraper, guys. Thanks for telling me. Had it sitting right next to the other tamping paver. Yeah, today's been a day of working outside. Pressure washed the pergola. Got that done. Okay, let's take this up. And then once I'm done with this, I'll have to backfill all of this with more play sand. Oh, yeah. Oh, these are stuck. I remember which way it went that way. So that one went that way. This one did not go that way. Somebody's just... Ooh, no, it's sticky out here. Okay, that one's set that way. Good idea to remember your orientation. We can put them back in. I don't think it matters. I mean, they're square. Okay. Straight down the sides. We still got to get this one here out. So we know those two set that way. And it kind of looks like, and maybe I'll backfill it some. Probably ought to go get me a crowbar. That way I can take some sand and pack it up under this leading edge here. So, I don't know if I can do it with it. No, let me get a flat bar and need to check, see how much of this polymeric stuff I got. There might be enough. Let me get me a flat bar. Okay, I can use that scraper to backfill it. I'll get this level. I need to find me my small one. I don't know where it's at, but I have a suspicion it's probably in Florida, where all of the tools that I normally use are. So we'll let that one out of there. that watering can. One went there. I got these birds. I don't know what they are. They sound pretty, but I keep a, oh, he's in there now. I'll have to show you if we go back around the garage. Got this little thing on the overhang where I keep all my garden tools. Man, they keep trying to build nests in there. I keep trying to discourage them. I take their nests out. But because the last time I thought, oh, they're cute, didn't think nothing about it. Well, I got 5 cats. So, needless to say, one of the 3 babies survived. So now I'm trying to discourage them from building a nest in there. And I think I'll take, before I set these back in their place, maybe just kind of set one like right here. And I can see we got, yeah, that's definitely this one right here. I guess here, yeah, you can see. It's hard to see my screen outside. I'm going to backfill this one with some of that sand. Raise it up a hair. Best way to do this. I'm just priming up the end, and we'll take this sand and shove it up underneath it. It'll get wet. I don't necessarily have to water it, but okay. So looking at my level, that's good. My tamper. That's pretty level. This end here could go up a little. Well, actually, let me set on this one here. Nah, needs to go up some more. Okay, that's pretty level. Okay, now let's take some more of this sand here. I think I will water this, help it set up. Okay, let's test. Ooh, they're down quite a bit. Okay. There's the rest of my sand. Hopefully that's enough. That might work. But what I'll do is get some sand. So stay right there. Get a little bit of water out of the rain barrel. Okay, got some paver sand and some water. And this paver sand is very wet. It's been sitting out back. And of course your face itches, your eyes itch, and you got a handful of sand. Gotta get this wet. That's some high quality H2O right there, guys. I do have a video on making my rain barrels. Okay, now the dilemma I'm having is now it's higher than the other side. It's okay, we can take some out. Hey, what I should do is aim you up at my hummingbird feeders, because the other day when I was filming this, they were kind of pissed off at me because I got two feeders, one here and then one over on the patio or deck, and they were kind of pissed off at me. Let's see if we can tamp that down a little bit. Looks like that backside is up a hair. That's pretty good. Of course, I want to make sure the edges here are sticking up too much. Yeah, that back one there is up a little bit. Well, doo-doo. I'm going to have to push some of this sand up under that back edge. that back edge up. Don't really stand on that part because it's the you don't really walk on that section. I'll just backfill it a little bit. Oh, that's better. Let's see if we can get this one down in there. Okay, I got a pretty good sized gap. Why do I have a good gap? This one's definitely higher. So, take more of this out. Unless I inadvertently, and I may have, pushed these forward. I think I did. It's okay. I can scooch them back. Backside is still too high. Let's take some more out. That ain't horribly high, but it's high enough to notice the where you walk here. If you can see where I'm pointing. This one, I definitely have got it a bit high. Should have got the knee pads. While I'm dorking with this, yeah, they're dive bombing each other today. You can watch that while I'm pulling the sand out, then I'll come back to you. Watch a little hummingbird action. They're pretty used to me. I got my grill up there. I got one right next to the grill. And they pay me no mind whatsoever. Man, that back end is just still up too high. And my polymeric stuff is starting to get like jelly. Okay, let's pack that down a little bit. I think they're going there now. Yeah, there he is. Of course he flew around to the back side. He must know I'm videoing him. good. That one looks good. Close that gap up a little bit. Pack that with sand. And he's way high. I tell you, it's way more fun to watch the hummingbirds than it is me. Well, at least I think it is. Okay, let me pack this one in a little bit. Taking some of this, I'll show you, polymeric sand, and using this rubber mallet, kind of pound it down at the joints. We're done. We're done with the hummers. Okay. So you see where I'm at down there. I'm just taking some of this sand and packing it with the mallet. Since it's kind of damp. And if I don't like the way this sets up, I can always come back, and it comes out pretty fairly easily, like with a wire brush. But this can be drying up while I'm working on that other post there. So hopefully by today, I'll probably just, don't need to see me doing that other post. I'm pretty sure that was right in line there. Probably could have took this one here out, but yeah, it'll be fine. And it was sitting on these two right here. But we'll see. Yeah, it's no big deal. Can't leave our other tamp paver there. Alright, so you see we've got those pavers set back in. Got the other post laying out there in the yard. About to take it in the garage, cut the end off of it, and do the same thing. So let me get to that, and I'll be back here momentarily. Alright, I got this last piece here. I'm sorry, I'm banging into the wind chimes. Alright, let's set this one over here and go in. I'll jack her up a little bit. I'll jack her up a little bit more. I don't want to go crazy with it. But I need to be able to get it up in the hole there. This one is not wanting to cooperate. Ugh. I don't think I made this one too tall. Let's see if I come in from the other direction. There we go. Okay, because I don't want to jack it up too much and have the other one kick out. Okay, that's level. And that's level. And that's level. Okay, so now, whoop, there we go. Oh man, I hate how it keeps tearing that paint off there. Alright, both of the fence porch posts, not fence posts, are in. You can see it down there. That one turned out a little bit better. I don't have as much of a gap here. I could fill that some more. I wanted to put a couple coats of paint on that pine down there. So, but that's done. Now what I need to do is up here. Oh, well, that's showing up. I need a caulk around that. I need to make pieces for the base. I need to caulk around that one. Make a piece for that base. And while I was waiting for paint to dry, I was looking at this here. I went up there and scraped off all the layers of caulk. So apparently, I noticed when I was jacking it up, if I tried to close that gap up there, then I was getting a gap, a good sized gap right there. So I'm guessing over the years, they just had put layers and layers of caulk up there. So what we're going to do, and this is a handy little trick, and hopefully the bees don't come back out and get me. I jumped off this ladder. I should have had that on camera because I have a deathly fear of wasps. I hate wasps. So what I'm going to do is take some expanding foam and I'm going to shoot that in there and let it do its thing, let it expand, and then I'm going to take a razor knife, so that won't be in this episode, but you'll get the gist. This is an easy way to fix big gaps. So what I can do, and I'm guessing you're seeing me because I didn't turn my screen around, I'm going to shoot some in here. I'll let it expand out and then I'll cut it off flush. Probably not down here because I can caulk that. That's actually not bad. But so I'll cut it off and then I can hit it with some paint and then I can put some white caulk on it and that should fix that problem. And hopefully it don't, well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it expands out. Because like I said, I'll just cut it off. But you can't, it's hard to caulk a hole when it's more than like 1/4 of an inch. And I really don't care. Like I said, I'll trim it back. So that should expand out enough. If not, I can always shoot some more in there. I will let my expanding foam do its expanding thing, and I'll take that off and clean it. Okay, so you see we got the expanding foam up there. It's expanding. Alright, so that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Like I said, I still gotta cut some trim pieces for that, and I don't know if I'm gonna butt joint them or 45 degree them. I'll bring the brad nailer out and tack them to the base. But yeah, I mean, it's good enough for me. The posts don't look new to begin with, so hey, it blends. But that's how you can fix a porch post. Now I could have, I thought I'd measured them pretty close. The second one is actually, that post must be a little bit bigger because I didn't notice the ledge as much. But either way, it'll work. And get up here and clean this off now. Clean that off up there. And get my paint back out. Peel that back where I had that 2x4 sitting. And clean that up and put a bead of white caulk around that, which I already do have the caulk, so we are good to go. And that is going to finish up this project. The only thing I got left to do, because I painted this porch and I kind of forgot that side right there. Duh. So I'm going to be pressure washing again this weekend. I got to do the deck, and then I want to do these. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't have you locked down. I want to pressure wash these down through here, get all that cleaned up, and I'm getting some Thompson's masonry sealer, so hopefully it keeps the fungus or mold or algae or lichen or whatever it is from coming back. But yeah, that stuff's expanding out already. I may have to shoot some more up there. Looks like it may not have expanded enough into there. So I'll shoot a little bit more up there while I got this stuff sitting here. And that's going to wrap this up. If I'm doing something else out here, I'll show the trim pieces I end up putting down. But hey, thanks for hanging out with me. And now you see how easy it is to fix your porch posts versus, like I said, they were 128 bucks a piece at Lowe's. And the other one at the far end, down there by that blue bowl, that one's fine. It's sitting on one of those spacers. Spacers, I think it's a bit too big, but I didn't put that one there. So anyway, that will wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you learned something from it. And I will catch you guys on the next video. So see you later.